Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Bhaskaran, Assistant Professor, University of Delhi. Today, we are going to discuss about the module Introduction of Attenuated Total Reflectance Fourier Transform Infrared Spectroscopy (FTIR) under the paper Surface Analytical Techniques. The outline of this module include history, introduction, and general background, principle of ATR, and application. First, we will talk about introduction, general background of the history of this particular technique. Infrared spectroscopy has been a workhorse technique for material analysis in the laboratory for over 70 years. An infrared spectrum represents a fingerprint of a sample with absorption peaks which corresponding to the frequency of vibration between the bonds of the atoms making up the material. Because each different material is a unique combination of atoms, no two compounds produce the exact same infrared spectrum. Therefore, infrared spectroscopy can result in a positive identification or qualitative analysis of every different kind of material. In addition, the size of the peaks in the spectrum is a direct identification of the amount of material present. With modern software algorithms, infrared is an excellent tool for quantitative analysis. The original infrared instruments were of the dispersive type. These instruments separated the individual frequencies of energy emitted from the infrared source. This was accomplished by the use of prism or gratings. An infrared prism works exactly the same as a visible prism which separates visible lights into its colors. Grating is a more modern dispersive element which better separates the frequencies of infrared energy. The detector measures the amount of energy at each frequency which has passed through the sample. This results in a spectrum which is plot of intensity versus frequency. The normal instrument process as shown in figure, the source infrared energy is emitted from a glowing black body source. This beam passes through a aperture which control the amount of energy presented to the sample and ultimate to the detector. And we will talk about the interferometer. So the interferometer, the beam enters the interferometer where the spectral encoding take place. The resulting interferogram signal then exits the interferometer. Point 3, the sample. The beam enters the sample component where it is transmitted through or reflected off the surface of the sample depending on the type of analysis being accomplished. This is where specific frequency of energy which are uniquely characteristics of the sample are absorbed. Point 4, the detector. The beam finally passes to the detector for final measurement. The detector used are specially designed to measure the spectral, the spatial interferogram signal. And point 5, the computer, the measured signal is digitized and sent to the computer where the Fourier transformation take place. The final infrared spectrum is then presented to the user for interpretation and any further manipulation. Fourier transform infrared FTIR spectrometry was developed in order to overcome the limitations encountered with dispersive instrument. The main difficulty was the slow scanning process. A method for measuring all of the infrared frequencies simultaneously rather than individually was needed. A solution was developed which employed a very simple optical device called an interferometer. The interferometer produces a unique type of signal which has all of the infrared frequencies encoded into it. The signal can be measured very quickly, usually on the order of 1 second or so. Thus, the time elements per sample is reduced to a matter of a few seconds rather than several minutes. Most interferometers employ a beam splitter which takes the incoming infrared beam and divide it into two optical beams. One beam reflects off a flat mirror which is fixed in place. The other beam reflects off a flat mirror which is on a mechanism, which allows this mirror to move a very short distance, typically a few millimeters away from the beam splitter. The two beams reflect off of their respective mirrors and are recombined when they meet back at the beam splitter. Because the path that one beam travels is a fixed length and the other is constantly changing as its mirror moves, the signal which exits the interferometer is the result of these two beams interfering with each other. The resulting signal is called an interferogram, which has the unique property that every data point, a function of the moving mirror position, which makes up the signal, has information about every infrared frequency which comes from the source. Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy is preferred over dispersive or filter methods of infrared spectral analysis for several reasons. It is a non-destructive technique. It provides a precise measurement method which requires no external calibration. It can increase speed, collecting a scan every second. It can increase sensitivity. 1 second scan can be co-added together to ratio out random noise. It has greater optical throw output. It is mechanically simple with only one moving part. Attenuated total reflection ATR is a sampling technique used in conjugation with infrared spectroscopy which enables sample to the examined directly in the solid or liquid state without further preparation. ATR uses a property of total internal reflection resulting in an evanescent wave. A beam or infrared light is passed through the ATR crystal in such a way that it reflects at least once of the internal surface in contact with the sample. This reflection forms the evanescent wave which extends into the sample. The penetration depth into the sample is typically between 0.5 and 2 micrometers, with the exact value being determined by the wavelength of light, the angle of incidence, and the indices of refraction for the ATR crystal and medium being probed. The number of reflection may be varied by varying the angle of incidence. The beam is then collected by a detector as it exits the crystal. Most modern infrared spectrometer can be converted to characterize samples via ATR by mounting the ATR accessory in the spectrometer sample compartment. The accessibility of ATR FTIR has led to substantial use by the scientific community. Attenuated total reflectance ATR is today the most widely used FTIR sampling tool. ATR generally allows qualitative or quantitative analysis of sample with little or no sample preparation, which greatly speeds sample analysis. The main benefit of ATR sampling comes from the very thin sampling path, path length and depth of the penetration of the IR beam into the sample. This is in contrast to traditional FTIR sampling by transmission, where the sample must be diluted with IR transparent salt, pressed into a pellet or pressed to a thin film prior to analysis to prevent totally absorbing band in the infrared spectrum. A comparison of transmission versus ATR sampling results for a thick polymer sample is shown below, where the sample is too thick for high quality transmission analysis, shown in lower blue spectrum, which are present in next slide. In transmission spectroscopy, the IR beam passes through the sample and effective path length is determined by the thickness of the sample and its orientation to the directional plane of the IR beam. Clearly, in the example below, the sample is too thick for transmission analysis because most of the IR bands are totally absorbing. However, simply placing the thick sample on the ATR crystal or diamond MIR miracle like and applying pressure generates a nearly perfect result. Upper red spectrum, identified by libraries search as a polybutylene terephthalate. The total analysis time for the thick polymer by ATR was less than 1 minute. For your convenience, we have calculated theoretical value of depth of penetration, effective penetration, and effective path length for typical combination of crystal materials, angles of incident and number of reflection. With the thin penetration of the evanescent wave into the sample, it is obvious that intimate contact of the sample be made onto the surface of the ATR crystal. For liquid or palpable sample, quality of sample contact with the ATR crystal is generally not a problem. For rigid, irregular shape or porous sample, high pressure sufficient to deform the sample will increase the extent of sample contact, thereby increase sample absorbance. This is shown in the following spectral data, which are shown in next slide. Collected for a porous form polymer using a miracle ATR with ZnSe crystal. The lower blue spectrum was collected with low pressure applied to the foam sample, whereas the upper red spectrum is produced with high pressure. The ATR absorbance using high pressure is about 10 times greater than the with low pressure. All other sampling factors are identical. For rigid, crystalline or hard, irregular surface samples, we recommend a single reflection diamond miracle ATR because it is relatively easy to apply high pressure onto the small crystal, 1.8 mm diameter, with the high pressure clamp producing over 10,000 psi. The selection of the ATR crystal characteristics should be matched to the type of samples we run. Selection can be made to control depth of penetration of the IR beam, for hardness to prevent crystal damage, for desired spectral range, and for acceptable pH range. For acid or caustic sample, no individual crystal type will solve all problems. So, PIC technology offer a broad range of choices for ATR, and other data will give you some guidelines for selection of your ATR crystal. This evanescent effect only works if the crystal is made of an optical material with a higher refractive index than the sample being studied. Otherwise, light is lost to the sample. In the case of liquid sample, pouring a shallow amount over the surface of the crystal is sufficient. In the case of a solid sample, it is pressed into the direct contact with the crystal. Because the evanescent wave into the solid sample is improved with a more intimate contact. Solid samples are usually firmly clamped against the ATR crystal so that trapped air is not the medium through which is evanescent waves travel, as that would distort the result. The signal to noise ratio obtained depends on the number of reflection but also on the total length of the optical light path, which depends the intensity, dampens the intensity. Therefore, a general claim that more reflections gives better sensitivity cannot be made. Typical materials for ATR crystal include germanium, KRS5 and zinc selenide, while silicon is ideal for use in the far IR region of the electromagnetic spectrum. The excellent mechanical properties of diamond make it an ideal material for ATR, particularly when studying very hard solids, but its much higher cost means it is less widely used. How ATR works with ATR sampling: we direct the IR beams into a crystal of relatively higher refractive index. The IR beam reflects from the internal surface of the crystal and create an evanescent wave which project orthogonally into the sample in intimate contact with ATR crystal. Some of the energy of the evanescent wave is absorbed by the sample and the reflected radiation, or some now absorbed by the sample is returned to the detector. This ATR phenomena is shown graphically in the following representation of the signal reflection ATR. While the analysis of sample by ATR is very easy, it is interesting and useful to be aware of each of the following experimental factors and how they affect the final spectrum. Refractive indices of the ATR crystal and sample, angle of incidence of the IR beam, critical angle, depth of phenomena, depth of penetration, wavelength of the IR beam, effective path length, number of reflection, quality of the sample contact with ATR crystal characteristics. When we exceed the critical angle, we will observe a purely ATR spectral results. If the critical angle is not met, we will observe a combined ATR external reflectance results. This occurs if the angle of incidence of the IR beam is too low, if the refractive index of the crystal is too low, if the refractive index of the sample is too high, or the combination of these three factors. In most cases, this problem is not observed. However, an example of this is shown in the following spectral data for your reference. The sample is high refractive index liquid, n is equal to 1.8, run on a 45-degree accessory using diamond and germanium crystal pellets. The spectrum run on the germanium crystal pellet exhibit a normal baseline and symmetric absorbance band. Critical angle is made. The spectrum run on the diamond crystal pellet has a baseline shifted and asymmetric absorbance band due to a known adherence to the critical angle requirement for this set of the analysis parameters. Another way to correct the spectral artifact observed above in the high refractive index sample spectrum would be to increase the angle of incident in the ATR accessory to a value above the critical angle. Adjustment or selection of the angle of incidence is available in the several of the PIKE technology ATR accessories. Application of infrared spectroscopy by ATR is applicable to the same chemical or biological system as the transmission method. One advantage of ATR IR over transmission IR is the limited path length into the sample. This avoids the problem of strong attenuation of the IR signal in highly absorbing media such as aqueous solution. For ultraviolet or visible light, the evanescent light path gets short so that interaction with the sample is decreased with the wavelength for optically dense samples. This may allow for measurements with UV also, as no light path has to be established. Signal shaft probes are used for process monitoring and are applicable in both the near and mid infrared spectrum. Recently, ATRIR has been applied to microfluidic flows of aqueous solutions by engineering micro reactors with built-in aperture for the ATR crystal, allowing the flow within microchannels to pass across the crystal surface for characterization or in the dedicated flow cells. The ability to passively characterize samples with no sample operation has also led to the use of ATR FTIR in studying trace evidence in forensic science. ATR FTIR is also used as a tool in pharmacological research to investigate protein pharmaceutical interaction in detail. Water-soluble proteins to the investigated require polystyrene tags, allowing the micromolecule to be anchored to a lipid bilayer which is attached to the germanium crystal or other stable optical media. Internal reflection with and without applied pharmaceutical or ligand will produce different spectra to study conformational changes of the proteins upon binding. Traditionally, IR spectrometers have been used to analyze solids, liquids, and gases by means of transmitting the infrared radiation directly through the sample. Where the sample is in liquid or solid form, the intensity of the spectral features is determined by the thickness of the sample, and typically this sample thickness cannot be more than a few tenths of microns. The techniques of attenuated total reflectance ATR has in recent year revolutionized solid and liquid sample analysis because it combats the most challenging aspects of infrared analysis, namely sample preparation and spectral reproducibility. Vibrational spectroscopy has a long history as an important spectroscopic method in chemical and pharmaceutical analysis. Instrumentation for infrared spectroscopy was revolutionized by the introduction of Fourier transform infrared spectrometer. In addition, easier sampling combined with the better sample to sample reproducibility and user to user spectral variation become available with attenuated total reflectance ATR probes and their application for in situ IR spectroscopy. These innovations allow many new applications in chemical and pharmaceutical analysis, such as the use of IR spectroscopy in process analytical chemistry (PAC), the quantitation of drugs in complex matrix formulation, the analysis of protein binding and function, and in combination with IR microscopy to the emergence of IR imaging technologies. The use of ATR, FTIR instruments in forensics and first response to white powder incidents is also discussed. Compounds, whether organic or inorganic, absorb various frequencies in the IR region of the electromagnetic spectrum. Molecules with molecular motions which create a net change in the dipole moment can be studied. Absorption peaks in an infrared absorption spectrum arise from molecular vibration. For identification purpose, chemists are interested in the vibrational portion of the infrared region. Type of radiation, gamma rays has frequency range 10 to power 20 to 10 to power 24 Hz and wavelength range is greater than 10 to 12 meter and give type of transitions nuclear. X-rays has frequency range 10 to power 17 to 10 to power 20 and wavelength range 1 nanometer to 1 picometer and type of transition is inner electron. Ultraviolet has 10 to power 15 to 10 to power 17 Hz and wavelength range 400 nanometer to 1 nanometer. Here visible range is 47.5 into 10 to power 14 and wavelength range is 750 nanometer to 400 nanometer. Here near infrared is 1 into 10 to power 14 to 4 into 10 to power 14 Hz and wavelength range is 2.5 millimeter to 750 nanometer. Infrared is 10 to power 13 to 10 to power 14 Hz and wavelength range is 25 mm to 2.5 mm. Frequency range of microwave is 3 into 10 to power 11 to 10 to power 13 and frequency range of radio waves is greater than 3 into 10 to power 11 as shown in this slide. Attenuated total reflectance ATR is the most extensively used FTIR sampling technique nowadays. ATR involves qualitative or quantitative analysis of samples with minimum sample preparation, which speed up sample analysis. The main advantage of ATR sampling comes from the thin sampling path length and depth of penetration of the infrared beam into the sample. This is in disparity to conventional FTIR sampling by transmission where the sample has to be diluted with IR transparent salt pressed into a pellet foam or pressed to a thin film prior to analysis to prevent totally absorbing bands in the infrared spectrum, that is attenuated total reflectance ATR instrument. Principle of ATR: an attenuated total reflection accessory operates by measuring the changes that occur in a totally internally reflected infrared beam when the beam comes into contact with the sample. Indicated in figure shown in previous slide, an infrared beam is directed onto a optically dense crystal with a high refractive index at a certain angle. This internal reflectance creates an evanescent wave that extends beyond the surface of the crystal into the sample held in contact with the crystal. It can be easier to think of this evanescent wave as a bubble of infrared that sits on the surface of the crystal. This evanescent wave protrudes only a few micron, 0.5 micron to 5 micron, beyond the crystal surface and into the sample. Consequently, there must be good contact between the sample and the crystal surface in regions of the infrared spectrum where the sample absorbs energy. The evanescent wave will be attenuated or altered. The attenuated energy from each evanescent wave is passed back to the IR beam, which then exits the opposite end of the crystal and is passed to the detector in the IR spectrometer. The system then generates an infrared spectrum. Advantage of FTIR: some of the major advantages of FTIR over the dispersive technique include speed, because all of the frequencies are measured simultaneously. Most measurements by FTI are made in a matter of seconds rather than several minutes. This is sometimes referred to as Felgate advantage. Sensitivity: sensitivity is dramatically improved with FTIR for many reasons. The detector employed are much more sensitive. The optical throughput is much higher, which results in much lower noise level, and the fast scan enable the condition of several scans in order to reduce the random measurement noise to any desired level, referred to as signal averaging. Mechanical simplicity: the moving mirror in the interferometer is the only continuous moving part in the instrument. Thus, there is very little possibility of mechanical breakdown. Internally calibrated: these instruments employ a helium neon laser as a internal wavelength calibration standard. These instruments are self-calibrating and never needed to be calibrated by the user. These advantages, along with several others, make measurements made by FTIR extremely accurate and reproducible. Thus, it is very reliable technique for positive identification of virtually any sample. The sensitivity benefit enable identification of even the smallest of contaminants. This makes FTIR an invaluable tool for quality controller quality assurance applications, whether it be batch to batch comparison to quality standard or analysis of an unknown contaminant. In addition, the sensitivity and accuracy of FTIR detector, along with wide variety of software algorithms, have dramatically increased the practical uses of infrared for quantitative analysis. Quantitative methods can be easily developed and calibrated and can be incorporated into the simple procedure for routine analysis. Thus, the Fourier transform in infrared FTIR technique has brought significant practical advantages to infrared spectroscopy. It has made possible the development of many new sampling techniques which were designed to tackle challenging problems which were impossible by older technology. It has made the use of infrared analysis virtually limited. So student, let's summarize all the content that we have studied today. ATR is an IR sampling technique that provide excellent quality data in conjunction with the best possible reproducibility of any IR sampling technique. It has revolutionized IR solid and liquid sampling through faster sampling, improving sample to sample reproducibility, minimizing user to user spectral variation. Most important, the improved spectral acquisition and reproducibility associated with this technique leads to better quality database building for more precise material verification and identification. ATR is clearly an extremely robust and reliable technique for quantitative studies involving liquids. Thank you.